Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that whenever we release a video at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, you'll be the first to receive the same. Remember to share the video with your friend, your mama, papa, girlfriend, boyfriend, and your side chick and side man. Yes, and post a comment below, even just to post and say, I am here to show your appreciation of the work that we are doing here at the Jamaica Young Police Channel. And thanks for being a part of the movement. So, moving on. We at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, we hate criminals with a passion. So here's one of them. This guy name is Javon Pinnock. Yeah, aka Froggy. Have a distinct scar on the left side of his face, and him eye go all the way down to him cheekbone. And you know, more or less is a Jamaican do that, you know, telephone cut. I don't know how them come by that thing for, you know, to scar people face like that, and that it's just awful, but terrible people. So this man that you're looking at, his name is Javon Pinnock, aka Froggy. Yeah, Froggy them call him on the street, and he's wanted in New York, in Queens, New York, for the murder of Javon Jamison, a Jamaican youth them called Blingers. Yes, and Blingers was killed almost 2 years ago by this man and another man named Christopher King. Christopher King is in custody in New York, awaiting trial for the murder of Jamison. So we are appealing, we are begging, beseeching you Jamaican people in Jamaica and the diaspora, wherever you see this man, to inform the police, whether it's 119 or 911, and let them know that this man is wanted in New York for the murder of Javon Jamison, so that this man can be placed in custody or go straight to the departure home where he belongs. And that's justice. And we say that because we hate criminals with a passion, because there was no reason for this man to kill Blingers, because Blingers was not a threat to him at the time. It was murder, clear murder. Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police Channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon member. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video. Welcome to part 2 of this explosive and necessary 4-part series uncovering the truth behind one of Jamaica's most tragic and political weaponized murders. The rape and brutal killing of Dianne Smith, a bright and promising student of Immaculate Conception High School. If you have made it to part 2, that means you are not just a casual observer. You are someone who values truth over lies, justice over convenience, and facts over propaganda. You are here not for entertainment, but for enlightenment. Yes, you are here for enlightenment, and I salute you for that. In part 2, we brought you right to the crime scene through the voice of seasoned detective, a man who was physically present in 1983 when this horrific crime occurred, alongside some of the most feared and respected crime fighter in the history of the Kingston metropolitan area. Cornwall Bigger Ford, Valentine Piggy Williams, the great Arthur Forbes, we work with him, that's why we say him great, and the late Dadrick Henry. Yeah, Dadrick Henry was a 4 dangerous police I talk about, you know. When criminal hear them man a name, you know, me I tell you, man foot knee get weak, man sile up themselves, man pass gas, man foot want move on, them can't move, cause them freeze. You share the raw, unfiltered truth of what they encountered. These were not politicians or media acts. These were men of the law, sworn to protect and guide only by evidence and instinct. And yet, somehow, years after Dianne's murder, a political cloud descended, a lie conjured out in thin air began to swirl. A name? Daryl Vaz, a man who was never a suspect, never questioned, never connected to the case by the Jamaican Constabulary Force, was suddenly labeled and tainted in the court of public opinion. Why? Because he had enemies, because he was very effective, because he was a threat. So here we are in part 2, and we are going even deeper. We are going to expose how truth was buried, how politics replaced justice, and how the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization orchestrated a smear campaign that used the death of a young girl as a political battering ram, unforgivable act of betrayal to our memory. In this episode, we will begin to examine the systemic manipulation that allowed this false narrative to take root and spread even to this day. You heard 2 convicted criminals last week. One that was deported from the United States of America. The other one who received clean police record and in Philadelphia. You will hear from individuals close to the investigation. You will learn how strategic misinformation was pushed through the wipers and back channel, and you'll understand how Jamaica's justice system was deliberately bypassed by those with an agenda. Let me make it crystal clear. This series is not about defending politicians. It is about defending the truth. And the truth is Daryl Vaz was never a suspect in this case. But that didn't stop his enemies from trying to destroy him. Just as they tried to destroy so many of us who dare to speak up, ask questions and challenge a criminal syndicate hiding behind mask of political legitimacy. This is part 2. This is where the veil begins to fall. This is where the truth cut deeper than ever before. So brace yourself, stay focused. Keep an open mind, because what you are about to hear will reveal just how far evil will grow to protect its own, and how dangerous it is to be a man of truth in a society that worships lies. Yes, that's how it is in a Jamaica. When you're a liar, people love you. So, you watch, you listen, and you decide. Part 2 of this 4-part series. Yes, so veteran court reporter ZELLE Ibert, wife of the very same ACP Dick Ibert, penned a powerful rebuttal in her Crimes That Rock the Nation column, declaring unequivocally that Daryl Vaz has nothing to do with Dianne Smith's murder. ZELLE Ibert wrote with legal precision and moral clarity. Not only was Daryl Vaz's name never mentioned in court or police files, my husband, who led the investigation, confirmed that the most thorough probe turned up zero connection. If Vaz had ever hoped to keep quiet and preserve his dignity through silence, that hope was shattered when the article sparked renewed online attack. Lies revived by cowards hiding behind fake names and foreign email addresses. A phantom named Anisha Brown fired off emails to media houses and politician allies, falsely implicating Vaz, even dragging in the Saskatoon Star Phoenix in Canada, who swiftly disavowed any involvement. As always, Daryl Vaz stood firm, vowed to pursue justice, to unmask his slanderers, and to defend not just his name, but the dignity of all who have been maliciously accusing him without cause. And to those doubting his resolve, look no further than the US lawsuit where Vaz took on high-profile individuals for defamation, proving he is willing to fight tooth and nail when his integrity is under fire. Born December 15, 1963, Daryl Vaz has battled his way through a timeline and a lifetime adversity, whether in politics or business. He has met with fire and emerged bruised but unbroken. So Daryl Vaz, all of these years, we are telling us, them people are some evil. You understand? So we are go in depth with Daryl Vaz, and tell you in background and all of these things and how them come by these lies. You understand? So it was resurrected in a rather innocuous way in a popular weekly feature type of Crime Rock the Nation. So that was his so Mrs. Ebert at the time, now in her 70s, and whose name is highly respected in the legal fraternity, wrote before detailing with evidence and unfolded before the Home Circuit Court in this case, and she outlined everything. Apart from the fact that this politician name was never mentioned in the proceedings. And she said, my husband, that Dickie Bear, was one of the detectives investigating this murder. If Vaz wanted to maintain silence, he could no longer, because them resurrect back this thing here and talk about the Dianne Smith murder. So one of the email who was the most persistent on using a synonym, Anisha Brown, wrote, all members of the Jamaican media who know the connection with Daryl Vaz to Diana Smith, please contact CityDex at 306. So they put up our number, you know. Yeah, you understand. The email was sent to all media houses and individuals include Abe Dabdo, A. Creary, A.J. Nicholson, the Foreign Minister, Peter Bunting, National Security, and Mark Gomebere, Golden Justice Minister. The phone number when called by media houses turned out to be those of a Canadian newspaper. The Saskatoon Star Phoenix responded to the Sunday Observer query about the email. Managing editor, person said, no such person Anisha Brown worked for Saskatoon Star Phoenix, and the newsroom had nothing to do with that email. Vaz, as he has always done in face of adversity, pledged to do everything to find the truth, even after 27 years, and unmask the author of the email to bring them to justice. Not just for myself, but for others who have suffered similar attack upon their reputation. If there is any doubt about his seriousness, only one has to recall that he has an unrelated case in Florida court in which he accused Jamaican-born Miami attorney David Wood of being behind an email which libeled him. Former Prime Minister P.J. Patterson and Bruce Golding, Christopher Tufton and Gordon Bush Stewart, among others, Roe denied the allegation. So one of the most painful bouts has been the dual citizenship debacle between the PNP, Abe Dabdo. So Abe Dabdo was a Labourite, turned PNP. Yeah, but I mean, I know them do it still. I just say it go. Who drag him before the courts trying to unseat him from the West Portland constituency and grounds that by being a United States citizen, Vaz could not constitutionally sit in the Jamaican Parliament in the ensuing by-election ordered by Chief Justice McCullough. Vaz not only won, but increased his victory margin. So this is it now. So the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal, them can't win, them use all kind of statics. So them lose the election. Abe Dabdo know Daryl Vaz background, and you don't know for decades people, you know, in a parliament have dual citizenship, American, you know, Venezuela and Colombia and all kind of people here, Jamaica. So because the PNP lose the election now and them a try to get all long to become the government, that's so. Because Abe Dabdo and Daryl Vaz were friends. Abe Dabdo, for some reason, because Bruce Golding hijacked the GLP party and kick out those who were loyal to Edward Seaga, yeah, and bringing him from NDM, like Daryl Vaz, Christopher, and many of them were in a GLP. They are not Labour, they are NDM. So that's what you understand what I'm saying. Turncoats, they are the ones, because them hungry for power and they are not patriotic why Jamaica is in. That's why Andrew Williams trying to build back Jamaica. The NDM help destroy Jamaica along with the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization. And let me tell you that for a fact. Else Jamaica would be a better place. Them people, they are some selfish people. You understand? So Vaz is one of those men who were to the political manner born. His famous father, Douglas Vaz, was a minister in a previous GLP administration before he fell in with the so-called Gang of Five and out with the then JLP leader Edward Seaga over Seaga perceived autocratic leadership style. Him said that later Father Bruce Golding into the National Democratic Movement, lost his first election and subsequently hung up his political gloves. It no matter how a guy feels him popular and people love him in Jamaica, only two-party control at the Jamaican people their mind. So when Douglas Vaz and all of these people both them joining NDM, because Bruce Golding was a little dummy, you know, and hungry for power. White people, the Azan them and the Matalans and the other people, the other people them down there in Montego Bay, the white people them tell him say, oh, he's more popular with the people than Edward Seaga, and he can't find him on and Butch Stewart, him can't farm him on party and win. Not knowing say I can them him because them want them and the PMP for thief all like country resources and make themselves win rich. So God and Butch Stewart get here Jamaica because of that deal. So PJ Patterson, the criminal, them sided with all of these white people. So that's why I say Matalan and Endas gonna be a Golding, because I'm friend, because them a thief, you know, you have to understand. Corruption, in time them in a power, peer corruption. So Douglas Vaz, you know, him follow Bruce Golding. Lose him thing. Lose. So he also ditched the NDM when Bruce Golding did in a 2002 to rejoin the JLP. Vaz stamped his authority on electioneering when he, under his stewardship, the JLP scored a 5-4 victory in a 2003 local government polls in a traditional PMP Portland. He went on to enter God knows after trouncing Dabdo in West Portland in the September 3rd, 2000. Yes, big thanks to everyone who reached out via the channel's telephone number to show interest in subscribing to our new platform. One that builds to speak truth to power and impact every single person living in America and around the world. It doesn't matter if you are black, white, yellow, green, blue or red. This message is for all people who believe in freedom, truth and justice. Yes. As we have said before, the name of the new channel speaks for itself. United we win, divided we lose. And you're looking at, most people say that they cannot find it and all kind of things. So now, getting the feedback from most of you people, in which, well, we can't even count the amount of people that reach out to us and leave message. We cannot find it. You have to understand that my voice, this voice is not a voice that has been loved by the powers that be. Because when you speak truth, they try to censor you in every way. But guess what? We're not going to stop, So, united we win, divided we lose. That's not just a slogan. It's a fact. It's a call to rise above fear and stop playing it safe, while the system quietly chews up and spit us out. Even you. Cowards might think they are staying out of trouble by staying silent, but in the end, we just say it runs there spiritually, mentally, financially, and politically. So here's the truth. It is better to live a life and die as a free, honest, decent, honorable, and truthful human being than to exist as an obedient, broken slave, begging for crumbs from a table that was never built for you. For over 400 years, our ancestors, we are taught black people, cried out to a God. They were taught to fear, kneeling and praying to a man in the sky, while their bodies were chained and their minds conditioned. That didn't free them. What did? Knowledge, courage, unity. Men like Taki, who the same maroons in Jamaica kill, chop off his head and put on a pike. Taki is the one why the United States of America exists today as a republic, but they won't teach the white people in America. A black man who took on the British Empire and won. And it's time we walk that same path any bolder. This new channel is not for the weak-hearted, the lukewarm, or for the comfortably numbed. It's for those who know who they are, God's children, defined by nature, fearless by choice. If that's you, welcome on. To the rest, stay away. We don't need friends who are secretly enemies. We don't need deadweight doubters or deceivers. When we say enemies, we're talking about everything that stands against the truth. Lies, manipulation, division, cowardice, and blind obedience. No more lies, no more games, no more silence. This channel is the battleground for truth, and we are not backing down. How many times can they kill us once? Millions of our ancestors has died for this, for the little freedom that we're enjoying. God created every man equal, but some think that they're superior. And those who think that they're superior, just look, not one of them have ever been the fastest one in the world. Their genes are recessive. Our genes are dominant. So please, subscribe to the channel. We know that we are being sabotaged and tampered by the powers that be. But as time goes by, the truth will reveal. 7 general election in which he credited with being one of the leader of the team of the Young Turks who carried gold into victory. And we can tell you, say, whether or not you want to believe it, Bruce Golding never accent to power in a GLP because he earned it. He accent to power because them buy votes. Yeah, the drug dealer, them, the dealer, them, and the that are Norris, Nemad, and the others, and the Liber Rancher, all of them buy vote along with Dudos. Buy vote, and that's how Golden become the leader of the the GLP party, and then become prime minister. And that eventually he must leave in a disgrace. Because anytime you have to buy something, you don't earn it. He never get the vote them as him want. I buy them, you have to buy it. Because the people them licky. So I'll even your labor right them licky too. Yeah, you understand? So as Prime Minister, Golden rewarded Vaz with a position of Minister of State in the office of the Prime Minister and put his talent for getting things done to work in project implementation and service delivery. When Golden reshuffled the cabinet in 2009, he made Vaz a full minister without portfolio with responsibility for project implementation and service delivery. Importantly, he gave him the onerous task of Minister of Information and Telecommunications and Special Project in the office of the Prime Minister. I have tried over the last several years to prove who the real Daryl Vaz is, as a result of all the rumors, innuendos and propaganda that have been spread about me, he told the Sunday Observer in a previous interview. Those rumors, innuendos and propaganda coincide with the time he got his first taste of representational politics, running successfully as a councillor in the Waterloo division of his old man's North Central St. Andrew constituency in 1986. Specifically, it was then that the rape murder rumour surfaced. It came up in graffiti at Birdsucker Lane, saying Daryl Vaz raped and killed Dianne Smith. The politician recalled. Within a matter of hours, Michael Manley called my father and then me and said, I am calling as a father myself to apologize and to tell you that I have given the PNP leadership in the constituency 1 hour to buy paint and paint out all graffiti. He never said that it was the PNP who did it, said Vaz. It was just the decency of the man. Michael Manley knew that it was them do it. That's why I'm telling him, because Birdsucker Lane a PNP enclave. Ironically, at the time of the murder was committed, I was attending school at the Miami-Dade Community College in Florida. I returned to Jamaica after the incident with my now ex-wife to live in Jamaica. This innuendo has been used against me since 1986, and it has been used in various scenarios. In fact, when I launched the Citizen for Civil Society, a letter was written to the Commissioner of Police containing the allegations. For 27 years, it has been used against me, thankfully, unsuccessfully, to assassinate my character. It has been used in all of my elections, internal and otherwise. I have never responded to it, simply because nothing I can say will make the difference to those cowards who wish to perpetrate these baseless, slanderous rumors, said Vaz. I cannot be my own defender in this matter, but I am happy and relieved that this rumor has finally been independently responded by credible persons knowing that my heart is pure and my conscience is clear. I have no choice as a young man but to use this adversity to strengthen me and my family to overcome this cruelty of human nature. And I have done so, he said. A lesser man than me would be in either the madhouse or the crack house. But in life, I turn adversity into opportunity. I have been vindicated by the most important people, and that is the people of Jamaica who keep electing me. Despite this adversity, I have won 4 elections. I am 4-0 from St. Andrew to Portland between 1986 and 2011. And these were 2 different types of election. The Waterloo divisional polls, at the height of the rumor perpetrated by a handful of political goons, was in an upper St. Andrew middle class enclave. From there, it was in deep rural hills of the valleys of Portland. Var said that in the last 3 national opinion polls, he had been named among the top 5 politicians in Jamaica. In 2009 by-election, he created 5 political records, including polling the highest number of votes of any candidate in West Portland and winning by the highest majority ever. I have been able to live my true love in the service to my country and my people and be vindicated by my success at it. I have also been successful in business despite the ups and downs, using my name and my face instead of hiding to become the most well-known personality in this country, he said. Vast significance in the fact that some minibus operators had been telling police he was the owner of their vehicles when they were accosted. They clearly believed that he enjoyed such respect that his name could help them. But he had been forced to place a notice in 2 daily newspapers on March 24, 2013, notifying the public that it has come to my attention that individuals in the public passenger transportation sector has been falsely identified themselves as being employed by me. I hereby clearly state that I neither owned, private, have any interest or involvement in the public passenger transportation sector, taxis, buses, minibuses, motorbike. Kindly be so advised and report any such claims to the relevant authorities. Var said he could not think of any successful national figure in Jamaica who have not had to sustain and undergo some of the most terrible rumors and innuendos. There's always residual of negatives about successful people, and I have undergone this as one who has suffered more than most. I appeal to our nation not to indulge in this unkindness which can destroy people's lives. Not everyone will be strong as I am and will have faith that has carried me through this, he said. And I can speak to the same. I can emphasize. Var suggested that he was being attacked because his assertive personality and reputation as a straight talker in politics. But he took consolation in the view that Jamaican people don't stone fluxy mangoes. Yes, Jamaicans stone good mangoes. I am a victim of my success, even from as a young man. My opponents of all types have seen and feared my leadership abilities. It is not entirely surprising that these rumors have continued. Dianne Smith is one that has stuck. They have said everything about me at one stage or another. In one of his rare attempts to respond, Vaz, in 1999, had his attorney, Howard S. Mitchell, right then Police Commissioner Francis Vaz, pressing him to initiate private investigation to determine the perpetrators of certain defamatory statements published against our client. In a pamphlet distributed at a press conference at a St. Andrew hotel, the letter asks the commissioner to ascertain whether Vaz has ever been the subject of an official police investigation in regards to the matter raised in the pamphlet. I would be a liar if I said it has not affected me at times, Vaz admitted to the Sunday Observer. But who am I? Really sorry for his family. But who I am really sorry for is my family, my kids. No matter what they show on the outside, I know it's something that preys on the mind. I have borne the suffering and the relentless orchestrated smear campaign against me. And for their sake, I say, after 27 years, enough is enough. He said that with the issue, now again, out in the open, it was exposed to the current generation, the generation of my children, including my 10-year-old daughter, who would not have been around when it first emerged. For their sake too, he felt forced to address the matter. They have only heard one side of the orchestrated campaign, he said. I want people to be able to get the facts. But it is important to underline that this is not necessarily coming from any party, but from individuals within the parties, including the GLP. I enjoy very good relationship with some members of the ruling PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization. In fact, I am a godfather to the son of a member of the cabinet whom I preferred not to name, to insulate him from any attacks on me, he said. Vaz, however, made it clear he would continue to fight to serve his country. Having spoken, he will now put this rumor behind him. I serve notice that I will go as far as I can, wherever the road takes me, and as far as the people want me to, I hold no venom or hatred. I forgive my detractors, for they know not what they do, and here is no better time to give forgiveness than on this holy Easter Sunday, he said philosophically. Well, I can't tell you that. As me, I can't forgive people who tell lie upon me and smear my name and, say, boy, you commit rape and murder when you didn't. Them think they're just evil. That's something that there's no, you can't, no forgiveness there. The only thing that you can pray for, is pray for, to see the end of your enemies, the wickeds. I don't believe in forgiveness in that. When somebody deliberately lie on you. And the reason why they do it, as he says, is because he's effective and he's speaking truth. So that's why them hate him. And that's one thing that has been killing us as Jamaican people. But the good thing about it is that the people who have sense and can decipher things not only realize, they knew that everything that these people have been putting out about this man, nothing but smears, lies, and just vile people. So now we're going to let you hear the conversation that we had with this detective who had played a major role in the investigation of Dianne Smith. And he was at the scene and all of that. And you're going to hear how Shorty, became a person that was arrested for the same crime. So you watch, you listen, and you decide. We have come to the end of part 2 of this hard-hitting 4-part series. And if you have been paying attention, you now understand exactly where the battle lines are drawn. This is not just about a murder case. This is about the systemic rot, the calculated lies and the wickedness of those who hide behind politics and propaganda to destroy innocent lives. This is the point in the journey where we do move and we expose the wickedness of these people. We begin to tear down and destroy the liars piece by piece, lie by lie, name by name. Because too many good people have had their name dragged through the mud by political cowards and enemies of truth. The same wicked parasites from the PNP LGBT plus criminal organization like Ugly Some, Dirty Footer Hype, and the others who see character assassination as a weapon of choice, so flow. But not here, not on this channel. DNR. Here we fight back. Here we hold the line. Here we let the truth be the sword that cut through every lie ever told. So as we close out part 2, I want you to reflect and what was revealed. This is not entertainment. This is enlightenment. This is education. This is for the man, woman, or child who dares to think critically, who dare to ask, why did they lie? Who benefited? And who will be the next if we stay silent? We are only halfway through this journey. And trust me, the best is yet to come. Part 3 is coming, and when it drops, more masks will fall and more liars will be exposed. Stay sharp, stay locked in, and above all, stay on the side of truth, because the truth is the only force powerful enough to destroy the evil at its roots, the wicked, unconscionable liars. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.